Hello, I'm Dr. Scott Elliff, the Superintendent of the Corpus Christi Independent School District, and today we're out at the site of our new high school that we're building at the corner of Cimarron and Lipes here in CCISD. This is the first high school that we've built in our district in well over 40 years. It's a very exciting project for not only our district but for the entire community. This school is slated to open in the fall of 2015 and is being funded by bond dollars approved by our voters in 2010. We're also going to be constructing a new middle school near Holly Road and Ennis Joslin, and so there's a lot going on with regard to new facilities for our secondary students for the next several years, and we wanted to come out here on site so you could see the progress of this construction. So Scott, where are we actually with this new high school? What is this part that we're looking at right here?
The part that you're looking at right here is our athletic area, and we've actually left a section of the slab out where this crane is sitting so that the crane can access the site and begin the steel erection, which you see going on in the background. And beyond that, the large steel structure behind us is our actual classroom building, which we call Area A and B.
Right, now that's just one of the classroom buildings, right? Or is that the entire?
That is the entirety of the classroom
structure. Okay, yeah. Now, how many square feet are there in this entire project?
The entire project is 384,000 square feet.
So that's the largest high school that we'll have, not only in Corpus Christi, but anywhere in this area, right?
By far,
it's the biggest.
The biggest.
And probably one of the largest construction projects we've had here in the city, wouldn't you say?
As far as I know, it's the single biggest project we've had.
Folks have commented to me as they've driven out here once the area was cleared that this is a much larger area than folks really even imagine. How much land do we have here that we're building the school on?
We actually have 75 acres of total property that the district has. Out of that, there are 70 acres that we're actually building on. It's going to consist of our parking lots, our building, our athletic fields, circulation roads, and things of that nature. The other acreage is roadway improvements that we're doing by ordinance.
Okay, so from where folks are looking as they're watching this video and looking back at the construction site, that is Cimarron over there.
Correct.
And then eventually there's going to be a road that comes back here behind the school, right?
That's correct. That's part of Manhattan Estates number 5, and there's a road that's called Bronx Road that'll border our property on the east property line. Okay. And then we have Lipes that will extend from Cimarron back to Bronx Road.
So we should have some pretty good traffic flow around here once the school is open. And then all of the athletic fields are going to be back over in this area, correct?
That's correct. We're going to have our traditional football field with 8-lane track around it. We're going to have baseball, softball fields. We're going to also have our long jump, triple jump, high jump pit area. And we're also going to have our 8 tennis courts and all lit.
Right. Now, one of the alternates that our board is going to be looking at on the construction of the high school, and they'll be considering over the next a few weeks, is the construction of an auditorium here. And this would be one of two. We have an auditorium at Miller High School, but this would be potentially a larger facility that we could use district-wide.
That's correct.
There's a lot of work that has gone on under the ground that people really don't see, and that's been going on for months. These piers, and we see a few of them back over here with the rebar sticking out. How many of these piers did we have to sink into the ground to be ready for this construction?
There's over 1,200 piers, 18 inches in diameter, 75 feet deep, that we had to install. Then you come back and install your pier caps. And then you do your beams and you start doing all your underground rough in before you ever pour your slab.
All right.
And then your steel.
So I'd say that that this building's not going anywhere with that many piers underground. It's a pretty pretty stable structure. How many folks do we have working out here on site typically with this project? I'm sure that varies from day to day.
It'll vary, and there'll be a peak of manpower here later on in the job, but probably running anywhere from 60 to 80 people consistently on a daily basis.
Okay, and of course we're hoping for good weather throughout this whole process, but we're confident we're going to meet an August 2015 opening date, right?
We are confident we'll meet that.
Yeah, that's great. We know people have lots of interest in this new high school, questions about not only the facilities that we've seen here, but also questions about who's going to be going to this high school when it opens in 2015. We commissioned a demographic study back in 2009 as we were planning for the bond issue, and that demographic study showed us that we would probably have about 9,500 high school students in our district over the next several years. And so we made some planning assumptions based on that information. But since that time, we've had some things change within our community and within our district. We've actually seen our enrollment growing. And so based on that trend, our demographer has revised those projections, and we now believe we'll have about 11,000 students in our total high school population moving forward over the next few years. And what that's really causing us to do is stop, take stock, do some more analysis with our demographer, and come back with some options for our school board to consider, probably around the end of May, 1st of June. And those options will include options to either do as we had originally planned, which was to open this up as a replacement for the current Carroll High School and close that school down, or open this high school as a standalone 6th high school and wait before any final decision is made to close the old Carroll. With that, no boundaries have been drawn for this or any of the high schools at this point. Our boundaries will remain the same for the next 2 school years. We know Carroll High School will remain open in its current location and in its current configuration over the next 2 years. And so, this is a time for us to do some more analysis, and we'll have more answers with regard to boundaries and future plans after about the 1st of June. Now, we're going to go visit with some students who will be attending this high school at some point in the future, really more quickly than some of us might imagine. Good morning. How are you? Fine, thank you. Good to see you. Good morning. My name is Dr. Elif, and I'm so glad y'all came here to see us building the. If you put 5 or 6 of them together, that's how big this school is going to be. That's pretty big, right? So all of you are going to make good grades every day. You're going to do what your teachers tell you. The little unmanned vehicle over there, this young man wants to know what that's doing.
What that's doing is it's got knobs on the wheel.
As you've seen and heard, we have a lot to be excited about here in Corpus Christi ISD as we plan for this beautiful new high school that's going to open in 2015, that's going to be serving students for generations to come, including the youngsters that we met from Mireles Elementary School earlier. We're excited about this. We want to keep you updated, and we intend to keep you updated as we continue to bring the best facilities to our students in our district, thanks to the support of our voters. Thank you for joining us for this month's Superintendent Spotlight, and we'll see you next month.